Hello, ladies, gents, and lubricated lumps of lard. We come into an arena. I am ready to duel. I'm ready to practice, and I am ready to get better at something that I have failed miserably a whole bunch of times. And that is the Olmec fight. This is a one-off training session. It's, not going to be for everybody. I am coming in quite cognizant of the fact that this is not going to be content that everybody shall enjoy, but I figure I will make a video out of it because why the hell not? What do you have? Do you have some other incredible Spelunky content that you can go try and go find some other fool playing some Spelunky right now? You will not find out that this is what you're stuck with. Me and my nonsense, my Spelunky duels, my Olmec vendetta. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to fight Olmec until I managed to do this quickly. Look, I was doing speedruns, okay? I was doing speedruns, and I was like, this Olmec fight needs to get better. It's awful, and I need to get better at it. I'm pretty sure this is not the way to do it. I have seen speedrunners do it, and I'm like, I must learn. I must do it. And I think it's like you have to wait for 2 stumps, and then you use your first 2 bombs. And then after that you go to the other side. It's all a process. I didn't want to study it a whole lot. I wanted to, in fact, what's the deal with the spawning of the thing at the very start is really pissing me off. What was I saying? What's going on? I think it's because I'm using Froze Lunky to go straight to the Olmec fight. I think that much was obvious, but might as well let you know about it. And that makes it so that the seed is always the same, so you're always going to get the spawn at the start. Okay, that's the thing is, can I not get stumped? Yeah, so you do something like that. No, but then the second one, he does go down, but the second one needs to be far away from my anus. That is what needs to happen here. Oh wait, no, the phone just went off. I need to check the phone. There's a message you gotta go check, and it's very important that you have to look at the phone immediately. Oh boy, I have wasted a little bit of time, but it should be fine. It should be okay. So I think the method, you do something like this. You get stumped, you get destroyed, and you go back and try again. That is just the way it's going to be. This is a one-off. This is just me training, but also goofing off. I figured, let's make a recording out of it. Should have maybe studied it a little bit more. There you go. Now he's actually stomping in a place. You do that, and then you do something like this. Not close enough. Not close enough because that happened. Oh boy. I mean, this is happening now. Ah! Look, it's all a process. We're going to figure out. That's part of the reason why I didn't want to study it too closely, how speedrunners actually do it, because I wanted to figure it out a little for myself, make it a little bit of an arc as we go into this video, instead of just having a method in mind and that's the way you do it. No, I want it to be, something like that, maybe? No, it's still too far from this side. That's the problem. That one? No, it works out. Nice. Now the thing is, pretty important not to just jump into the lava after that happens. Kind of an important detail. You still need to rope your way out of it. And this desire comes from this being the main reason why my personal best is not going to improve in any significant way. Because this is happening. Why would I do it like that? That was pretty damn stupid. Because of the Olmec fight, it's a constant problem, and I just fail miserably at it, and I would like to get better. So that's why we're here. That's why we're all training together. I will figure things out as I go. Hopefully by the time 30 minutes have elapsed. I'm being monkeyed. No monkey business. Okay, you do that, and then in the middle. That's good. That's good stuff. Something like that. Ah! Being spidered. Yeah, that's not gonna work out well. Still pretty decent though. 38 seconds. 38 seconds of an Olmec fight. We can definitely do better by using more bombs, using all 4 of our bombs. This is like a low percent type of endeavor. Because so often I get to the Olmec fight after a somewhat successful speedrun, and I just stay here, just sucking on my thumbs, and on even worse things. That's a terrible thing to do. No, there's not enough space. Here, just with swirling a scrotum full of balls in my mouth because I am horribly incompetent and fighting Olmec. So here we are. This is what you do. This is what you do once you reach your ceiling about the things that you can do. Stupid monkey. I hate you so much. It's like this seed in particular has Olmec spawning enemies on the very first stomp every single time. This introduction to Olmec is probably going to get slightly old, but I'm okay with it. I think something else we can do is not go straight for the dive. Nah, not good enough. We need to make sure that there's enough space on the other side. Step number 1. Let's perfect step number 1. Get enough space on both sides so we can then use our bomb trick effectively. And the first bomb trick is not nearly as challenging as the second bomb trick. Okay, now you do here, and it goes a little to the side, and that should be enough. Go to the side, yeah. Put a bomb. Put a bomb. No, too close. Not good enough. That's another thing to have in mind, huh? Oh baby, oh baby. Well, I tried to do it better, but the insane amount of enemies that have been spawned, that was like exactly the same amount of time because I didn't use my other 2 bombs. The insane amount of enemies that have been spawned, I am tempted to like reset and reload the level so many enemies don't spawn. But you know what? That's just it's realistic in the sense that that's the luck of the draw. When you come into the Olmec fight, you're gonna get boned. Okay, that should give us enough space. You do this, put a bomb down, put a bomb there, then we jump to avoid getting immediately murdered, and then you just get super comboed by a whole bunch of enemies and get absolutely obliterated. The amount of enemies that are spawning is like every single stomp is spawning something. That's not standard. I wouldn't say it's impossible, it's random. But definitely, Froze Monkey is messing with us a little bit. Messing with us a little bit. Okay, this should be enough space. Bomb. And a bomb there. Ah, not good enough. I mean, still does something. Uh-oh. Nope. I've miserably failed. Still seems slightly faster. But it's only the positioning of the second bomb. Make sure that it's landing on the seams. As an alternative to positioning it perfectly, you can just simply jump out of the influence of the bomb. Okay, so we do something like this, and we stay here, and it does that, and then you go to the other side, put the bomb down, go like that. Oh wow, that was I should have been dead right now, but it's all good. Now we drop the second one and get immediately obliterated. But that was looking good. That was looking pretty damn great. Also, this will teach me as well, or at least we can attempt to learn how to deal with all the enemies that are raining down. I need to also, on top of keeping track of where I'm positioning the damn bombs and all that stuff, keeping track of it's so annoying. It's so incredibly annoying how the spawn of the enemy lands exactly there. Super terrible. I got the window wide open because there's just too much heat going on in my room. And I'm not talking about the heat that comes from weather. I hate you so much. I'm talking about the heat that comes from my groin area. It's just too much. I should be dead right now. But we continue embracing this. Just crush me already. This is awful, and I want to restart. Maybe another thing that I'm doing wrong is the very start, the positioning at the very start. I can maybe do a little bit better. Instead of just running straight under, make sure that he advances a little bit more. But I kind of just like the flow of this, like not leaving any room for having to adjust that. Do that. Oh, that was a mistake. Definitely a mistake. It's, you know, you don't have much of a window of opportunity there to be able to drop down that bomb and then get the hell away from it. I do feel like I am regressing in our progress. Are you going to... Yep, yes you are. You're going to spawn that enemy exactly where it's the absolute most annoying. Because that's just the way you do. That's the way you do. Somehow, they're all spawning exactly on the most awful places. But I refuse to adjust this. I refuse to adjust. And I refuse to reload the damn level. And the seed generation. I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to deal with that enemy spawn being literally the worst possible. Okay, that's a good one. That's a great one. Oh boy, don't frog me, brother. I mean, we were able to make it, but then we got murdered by the 20,000 enemies. But you know what? You know how you solve that? By paying attention to where they're spawning, throwing up that rope when it is necessary. We have a bunch of ropes to use. I think using 2 ropes is reasonable here. Most of the time you're going to arrive here with your speedrun with 2 ropes to spare. That frog is just simply impossible to prevent from doing something. Alright, good stuff. Gonna have to endure this. Is that enough? Yeah, it is enough. Oh boy. Maybe that's the way to do it. Look at that, look at that. Save myself. Oh, 5 seconds. Wow, if there hadn't been 20 million enemies destroying my anus, I probably would have gone through that in 30 seconds. Seems like, you know, you don't need to wait until you're on the other side, on the right hand side, to be able to use the bombs. Something like this. Yeah, that works somewhat. Ah, stop it. Does it work? It's very slow. And now we're stuck here. The enemies is just out of control, man. Okay, give me a second. Alright, I have restarted. I am here now. This is like the level that I created to be in the foyer. It's in the antechamber of Olmec. And now we're going to go in there and hopefully there'll be less spawned enemies. I basically quit out of Froze Lunky and reloaded, and hopefully, like, it's completely out of control. It's just silly, the amount of enemies that are spawning. I don't know if it's, oh, there goes another group, and it comes exactly in the same area, but this time I totally roped it. Ow. Totally roped it. Yep. The enemies are spawning on every stump. But hey, if you are besting the most difficult Olmec, then regular Olmec will not give you so much trouble, huh? So there you have it. I think it's important to wait for the first stomp. It kind of matters how like the configuration of the fight goes different. It's nice. Ah! I am so concentrated with the bomb placing that dealing with the enemies is so secondarily out of my focus that I don't even think about it. And the most simple movement of simply whipping is too much for my brain to handle. Something like this, yes indeed. Alrighty. You stomp that bomb, you big fat ugly head. That's good. Oh, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. Oh, babe. That's the way to do it, and that will reduce your Olmec time down to 30 seconds. I think we have a step-by-step guide on how to get this done. I think I got a method with this madness to stop throwing the perfect enemy. Okay, so we're going to do this. He moves a little bit, put the bomb down, put the second bomb down. It goes down like so. That happens, and we can do the second time. Hoopla. Oh, and that's enough. So I should be ready to throw the rope. Just murder me. So the second time that you do the rope, that's the time to immediately get out. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait until he's stomping down, because then you'll be horrendously trapped. So yeah, it's a process. Like I said, I could have analyzed this and just go in with a very solid 100% delineated plan of attack. But no, I wanted to involve myself in a slight bit of scientific pursuit. Oh, that was a mistake. That should hit. Nope, it wasn't. Well, I mean, better than nothing, right? Better than nothing. That was still somewhat faster. Seems that reloading the level did seem to help on this enemy generation. It is far easier to get through it now. I might have been just getting lucky though. We'll see. We'll see how this one spawns. Yeah, I don't think that one... Yeah. Nope. Son of a bitch. Filthy monkey. Let's put one there and one there. Stumps the first one. Seems like also it resets the timer when the bombs happen. It goes a little bit further down. Alright. Oh, totally with that freaking snail. Oh, baby. Alright. Put it to the door at 34 seconds. Still far from perfect. I need to get into my head. Like the moment you drop that second set of bombs, that's when you go out. You don't need to wait. You don't need to do anything. And of course, once I get it perfect, I'm going to practice it some more. I'm not going to just simply leave it there. That would be silly. So let's get more practice done. Do this. Just wait. And honestly, it really doesn't matter which side you do the bomb, right? You can just do it on either side. Son of a bitch. That's good enough. That's good enough. Like, you don't even need to be under. Like, he will just keep stomping down, no problem. It's really difficult to have the presence of mind once you drop the second bomb. You need to get out of there, as opposed to just staying, keep tangoing with this idiotic golden superhead. You do that. I do like that method of doing it on that side. Something like that, and then do it again, and then rope. Oh, baby! Pretty difficult. Really difficult to... My goodness, that's a lot of enemies. Again, 34 seconds. It's not so much a matter of presence of mind of throwing out the rope, it's being able to hang on to it. It's actually quite difficult. I might want to do it even before the bomb is going off or something like that. I don't know. Let's see if we can get back in there, figure things out for ourselves. Maybe actual speedrunners are checking this out and being like, "Oh, you foolish Blargo! Oh, that was bad. You foolish Blargo! The reason why you're failing to grab the rope is because you're supposed to do it in some other way because you're on the wrong side and blah 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 blah." But we'll figure it out together. Don't worry about it. And of course, you know, feel 100% free to give me a new and improved way of doing exactly this. I hate you, B, and I want you to die. But instead, all that I achieve is being reduced to a fine paste spread on the bottom of Olmec's toast. It's quite awful indeed. When that spawn happens, that is right there to the exit. It completely floods my mind. There's just no way I can deal with it. I am too damn stupid to get it done. I really hate how you have to kind of jump off that. Okay, you put that bomb there. Get me out of here, stupid blue frog. You piece of garbage. Most overpowered amphibian to ever be conceived. I can't believe you had to stop me. I really don't feel comfortable with the success rate here. It's definitely a big factor in these improving. Alright, got it. Get wrecked. The success rate is absolutely awful. Oh, what was that? How do you manage, Olmec, to throw the most perfect enemy spawn of all time? Do you see the width of that gap? That gap is tighter than the obvious sexually charged joke that I could make here. But I'm becoming a better person, a more wholesome and wonderful person. So I'm not going to go there. I'm not. I'm just that incredibly family-oriented spelunker. No, no, no. I guess maybe you just need to throw 2 ropes, and otherwise you just can't make it out. Maybe even throw a rope down. I don't know. Maybe that's why you should do it from the other side, because then you can't grab the rope or rope otherwise. Maybe try to get on top of Olmec's head and try to jump off the head. The rope situation is not trivial. The more that I do it, the more I'm like, you know what? This rope is really difficult to grab. Really difficult. Whoa. Can we make that happen? I can't get it. Well, we're getting the shaft making process pretty down pat. It is working out nicely. The spot where you drop the bombs and the cadence of it we have worked out is like you do it like this, you let him stomp twice, then the first set of bombs goes down, let him stomp another time, then this set of bombs goes perfectly planned. Alright, well, we continue to make it only 34 seconds. It's like, still just wondering how to go about that rope. I think I might have to actually change the way that I'm doing things, because the rope is just doesn't seem like I can even reach it. Quite the problem. Quite the problem. I am not seeing a reliable way to get it done. This bombs. Happens. And it goes over to the side. Maybe just throw a rope here to see what happens. No, that's not gonna work, is it? And I've been destroyed by his incredible ability to obliteration. This is a terrible conundrum. I'm a little stumped. I might need to watch somebody else do it to work out a better way of doing things. Because getting out of Olmec's big fat hole, I can't work it out. We'll try doing it on this side now. Well, that's not going to work out. Every time. Every time. Now we're here. Stuck. Stuck forever. Everything worked the opposite way that it was supposed to. Just keep it in mind. We're going to work it out. Don't worry about it. Fret not, for the giant golden head will be dunked, and much rejoicing will be had. Much rejoicing will totally happen. This is me, the channel where we rejoice. There's another stump right here. Then just grab onto him. Look at that, 30 seconds. That's a massive improvement. I think that's it. Grab onto him. So you need to leave a bit of a gap between the bomb drops, and that will give you enough time to hold onto the head, hold onto the rope, and then you leave. I think I got it. I think this is it. But of course, the most inconvenient bee of all time. I think it's still gonna work. Nope. It's alright. We wasted some time, but still. Doing okay? Oh, let me out! Good fight. Good fight, Olmec. We made it through. Fantastic. Good stuff. Made it. Of course, it's also important to take 0 damage, because often we get to this point with like 1-2 health. So it may matter a great deal how much damage you're avoiding throughout this fight. That's another thing that you can improve on. Alright. No bad spawn. That's great. Leave me alone. No bully. Stop it. I hate. Alright. Is that? Ah! Oh! Well, I'll take this before getting monkey abused. Still lost those 5 seconds though. Like, the important part is we did it quickly. We did it quickly. We dealt with the problems. We survived. That's improvement. That we're bumping that needle a little bit further. And it's all these damn monkeys groping my anal cavity, trying to shove their appendages in there. That's the problem. Alright, that's good. Please, no more monkeys. I've had it. Oh! I went wrong there, actually. I thought that I was able to grab onto the head, but I think I went too fast and I jumped too early, so I was unable to grab onto the head. That's what happened there, maybe? I'll need to rewatch that. It was too quick. It happened too fast. I couldn't keep track. What happened? If that happens. Alright. Let's do this again. And off we go. We're off to a good start. I didn't hold on to it. How did I do it earlier? When I was able to hold on to the head? I don't really know. You're supposed to be able to hold on to the head naturally, right? Or did I just simply get lucky there? He needs to be lower for me to be able to hold on to the head. It's a very short window. I hate that enemy. I hate it so much. Almost put it up to do the first bump. Almost ruined it all. He stomps so fast. I think I need to jump from the first platform as he's going down, because that bomb is not letting me jump up to the rope. Is that what's going on? I need to analyze it like in slow motion or something. This pad is really determined. Well, this is not going to end well. Well, this could have been better. Could have definitely been better. Let's restart, reset our Olmec nonsense. I would not be surprised. I would not blame you if you have already tuned out, going over and over and over through the Olmec fight. But honestly, this is kind of engaging for me. It's trying to puzzle out a process all by myself without resorting to a guide or just simply watching somebody doing it. I feel like there's value in it. Value? I don't know. Oh, like you can't hold on to the rope while he is next to you. That is, I think, a big part of the issue. Because you become fatter when you're holding onto a rope, so you can't climb up it. So how do you go about it, really? Do that. It's a gap. Yes, indeed. That's how we do. Nice. See, you can't hold on to that. Now, what am I doing wrong? I think I'm dropping the first bomb too quickly. Or maybe I'm just positioning it in the wrong spot. We're regressing horrendously. And I don't really, because I'm focusing so much on the rope now. I'm not paying attention to what else is going wrong. That is not sinking Olmec where he belongs. You thought you could get me. No. Well, that needs to happen. Yeah, that's good. What's happening here? I don't really know. I don't really know what's happening. I don't really know what's going wrong. It's like I need to hold on to Olmec's head. Maybe forget about the rope. Forget about the rope. Get on top of Olmec's head. That's what we're going to focus on right now. That's the current mission. Forget about the rope. Get on Olmec's head. Nice. Good. Off with you, snake. I mean, that works, right? But not good enough. I hate you. I hate you, bunkies. Why you have to be like this? Get on top of Olmec's head. Get that down and solid. Forget about the ropes. Get on top of Olmec's head. Watch him sink. We're going to cement that part of the process. And after that, we can worry about escaping. This is I'll take you with me situation. I do need to make sure to drop that first rope quickly. I mean, that first bomb. I didn't, because of the enemy, they didn't leave enough of a gap there. Damn enemy. That's the thing, like, the random component of the enemies spawning makes it so much more difficult to get a good method going, and you have to constantly adapt. Not constantly, but occasionally adapt to some real trash RNG. And if you don't adapt, well, you become less than nothing. You become tiny, tiny little bits stuck to Olmec's flesh. Stone flesh, I guess, or I guess golden flesh. And I bet that gives him an enormous amount of satisfaction. Whatever thoughts go into that. Is it an unthinking being? Is it a sentient creature? Does Olmec dream of electronic sheep? You'll wonder. Makes you wonder. Like, look at that blank stare. Look at that terrible... I can't hold on to it, huh? Because there's not enough of a gap. I think... the answer may be... I think the answer may be... that I need more of a gap on the right-hand side. So that might be the last piece of the puzzle. Make sure that I have enough room to get out. And hold on to his head and all that stuff. So we do something like that. Well, that's not gonna work, right? No, that's not gonna work. Oh my goodness. Enemies. Before throwing the second set of bombs, make sure I'm not 100% next to Olmec. And as he goes up, you go under, but he needs to give you a little bit more room to operate. And we can set that up at the very beginning. We can set that up right here. Like something like this. I think that might do it. That might just blow the whole case wide open. See? Oh, I got it, baby. I got it. The trick is that very first stomp, we needed more room. So you can't simply stay next to him. You need to have a tiny bit of a gap. And I think we got it now. I think I have cracked this case. I'm going to get that lieutenant promotion. Finally, I'm going to have those damn scumbags at homicide stop making fun of me. They got me in the doghouse. We got this, baby. We got this. Son of a bitch. Oh, I couldn't do it. I choked because I was surrounded by horrendous monsters that wanted to feast on my flesh. What can I do? But just take it in the chin. Go back into the fray, but we totally got this now. The method is there. Now we just need to 1. Execute. 2. Adapt to the damn enemies. Another bad spawn. We gotta do something like that. And it comes a little bit closer. That's good. I think this is still good. Still a decent approach. Alrighty. Let me go. I messed up on the first throw anyway. One more run there, actually. It's like, did I go too hard on the rope? So then he just simply never went down. I didn't position the second set of bombs correctly. I think that was it. Okay, give it some birth. Not too much. That's good. Wonderful. Good progress. Keep going. Again, fail miserably at the end. I think I simply jumped too early. It's like I need to throw the rope and then jump. It's important that the rope is as low as possible. Alternatively, we could maybe like throw down a rope so we can just hold on to the little nub. Okay, that happens. Hey, no enemies. Amazing. And on that, this is not going to be good. I barely have any space here. Let's see if we can correct it on this side. Well, or, you know, you can just get wrecked by a spider jumping onto your head. But that should just be me adapting, throwing up a rope, be conscious of that. I am so concentrated on putting down the bombs that I just can't keep track of the damn spider jumping on my forehead, giving me a terrible concussion. That was not the way to do it. That's also not going to be good. Just crush it. End my suffering, please. End my suffering. I'm losing track of what I'm actually supposed to do. Regressing once more. We had made so much progress. We were getting so far. The case was blown right open. And now, here it comes. The stupid lawyer complaint. Oh, you didn't fill out the paperwork of such and such and blah, blah, blah. I hate you. Why, monkey? I hate you so much. I have so much loathing in my breast for you and your kind. I wish you would all get AIDS and die in horrendous pain. That would be so amazing. Why does he have to be a monkey? Why? Could have been any other enemy. It had to be the damn monkey. Do this. Give that a little bit of room. We do that. Nice. Got this again. Got this again. Oh baby. No, no. That's what happened there was drop the second bomb too quickly. But the kill though. We adapted properly. Like that's second best. You mess up, you don't die. You don't lose the run. Because, you know, we're throwing them away right now. Like there's so many orphan children. But you need to be in the mindset of this is at the end of a possible good speedrun. So if you manage to not die despite your less than perfect execution, that's still a win. That's still good stuff. Okay, fellow. Pull the rope. He stomps too quickly. That's the problem there. He stomps too damn quickly for me to be able to hold on to the rope. So the thing would be, instead of trying to hold on to the rope, you hold on to the Olmec head. And then try for the gap between the two explosions to give you enough time. I think that's the next step in this terrible, torturous path. Okay, maybe dropping the first bomb in this set a little too early. I drop it there, maybe? Yeah, see, we have time. Oh, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. I think that was the final piece of this awful jigsaw puzzle. It's going to be it. Step number 1. Watch the Hawkman get crushed. Step number 2. Make that gap slightly wider. Step number 3. Double bump. Step number 4. Right under. Number 4. Number 5. Or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, that happens. Alright. Question is, will I have enough room to throw up the rope? Now, of course, keep in mind all the enemies. That is kind of important as well. Oh boy. I would like to... I think we're arriving at the end of this training session. I think I want to get it done flawless from start to finish. I hate you so much, but actually it worked out. Ow. It worked out where we didn't have to deal with the enemy. But then Olmec was far too close. He got really close and personal. Gave me some unwanted advances. I told him no. But he would just keep pushing. He kept crushing it. Give me a little bit. There you go. Good stuff. You got this. You got this. This is it. This is the real deal. Give me some time. Why you had to do that to me? Filthy, stupid bee. Holy crap. There's so many things that can go wrong. It's pretty damn nerve-wracking. In the sense of when you're down there with an actual speedrun at your back. It's like, are you really going to execute this properly? Or are you going to mess up in one of the 20 ways that you can mess up? I'm liking though the gap between bombs seems to be pretty consistent right now. Oh! Well, could have been better. That could have been better. Could have been done well. Better. How much time does this save anyway? Is it like about 10 seconds? Is that how long it saves? Let's do one without worrying about bombing and nonsense. Just like this. Oops. That's good enough. Let's do it like this. Good old-fashioned Olmec kill. Watch out for the enemies. I have no idea what damaged me there. Alrighty. That's what we'll rope right here. Goes down. You're saving yourself grandiose 10 seconds if you do it properly. 10 seconds, while not amazing, might make a massive difference if you're trying to go for sub 3. Sub 2 is not a thing that I will ever get to. I think my skill set doesn't go that far in Spelunky. Sub 3, sub 3 I think I can do it. Sub 2, complicated. Very complicated to get a sub 2 speedrun out of me. Oh baby, I don't know what happened there. I am very sad things turned out the way they did. I mean, we could always simply be content with the first 2 bombs and just let it go that right there, and we'll be saving some time that way. Because man, it's just so tricky to do it this way. Like I am doing it this way, there might be a much easier way to get it done. And in fact, I may be building really bad habits doing this. I can't hold on to it. I can't. I just can't do it. I needed help from the enemies to get it back up here. Suffered 2 points of damage. It's just not good enough. Let's go back down. It's going to be better. It's going to be better. We're learning together, okay? This is the pain that it takes to train yourself. This is the hyperbaric freaking training chamber. And here we have, with weighted clothes and an incredible willpower, to be the best can ever be. I think I'm mixing franchises. That's alright, you get it. You get what I'm getting. Oh baby! Not good enough. Is that getting out is so damn challenging. I just can't pull out on time, and then that's when all the splooge goes in the wrong place. It's just absolutely awful. My pull-out game is extremely weak. What's honest spelunker to do? Okay, just try to stop me, Olmec. We got this. Please let me through. Alrighty. Too much. Too fast. You need to have that small gap between a gap as long as possible between the 2 bombs that happen. If they explode at the same time, you're gonna have a very bad time. One of these days, it is actually going to be successful. I'm not worried. I thought this would be a quick 30-minute train session where I will be 100% capable. There was a blue frog in my path. What do you want me to do about it? There's nothing I can do about it. Maybe just drop the rope down and make it a 2-rope proposition. How about that? Is that what I need to do to succeed? Is that what I need to do? Is that enough? I think it may be enough. I don't think it's enough. See if we can maybe do another small adjustment. That's not gonna happen. Oh, okay. I received damage at the end. I mean, we managed to sort of get it done, but it wasn't all that great. Let me just go back. Can maybe get it done now. I think it mattered, like, me crouching and throwing out the rope made it so that it was 1 tile lower. That might have been a thing that just happened, but I am not certain about anything right now. Okay, that's enough room. Alrighty. Do I need to jump out of there? I don't know if I need to. Look at that. Run down the rope. Maybe at 1 tile lower. Let's find this out. I'm going to do it right now. That's something I didn't know. If it's indeed the truth. Let's see. I keep hitting that whip button like it's going to do something. That happens. But does it? No, it throws it at exactly the same height, so I have no idea what I'm talking about. Very damn annoying. That is not the way it works. I thought I was doing something, and I was not doing anything at all. Ah! was able to grab the head. What is the difference? What is the difference? Why am I sometimes able to grab the head and sometimes I'm not able to grab the head? What was different? I am not sure, and it's driving me nuts. Simply leaving enough of a gap. That's it. But it is such a tiny difference. It's like I can't really do it reliably. I can't really do it reliably. Maybe. I think you need to. Yeah, you need to go under. I'm thinking like, how about changing the side? How you should do things. Oh, freaking enemy, brother. Something like that. I mean, that was cheating. Because simply the shape of the level. That was cheating. So it doesn't count. How can it be 46 minutes already? I barely started. I barely scratched the surface of this enormous mountain of problems that I have. I am now trying to change my approach completely, as opposed to staying the course. This is a nightmare. This is so much more of a nightmare than anticipated. Ow. Like, switch sides right there. That might be what cracks the case. I thought that I had it. I thought that I had the solution. I had a probable cause. And then I had a motive and the means. I had it all figured out. But then this had to happen. And like this, like that. Yeah. No, that's cheating. That's cheating. Stop cheating. The thing is, I'm so tempted to just go into the safe zone, and then you're cheating. But the thing is, I think what I'm going to do in the next speedrun that I actually get to Olmec, just drop that first set of bombs and forget about the rest. Just drop that first set of bombs. Let's do it. Let's do one of those. Do one of them. Something like that. Just drop this set of bombs. Ow. Slightly slow on the uptick. Slightly sluggish in my approach. Pay the ultimate price. This is like concentrated torture for PACO Spelunko. Like his most hated duel. Over and over and over. This is a layer of hell right here. This is a punishment that is only given to the most egregious and evil spelunkers that exist. We went to this one again, so let me just get murdered by another giant set of monsters. Life is just a nightmare, and I cannot escape. And I cannot escape now because I am just fixated with getting this done. I was all fun and games. I was like, yeah, let's have some cool training session. This is going to be easy. I hate the monkey so much. I hate him. Oh, I hate him. Like, he is most hated. What? Have you guys ever seen an incredible teleportation like that one? Okay, I'm going to keep training, but I think this video cannot end in a more stupid and bizarre note, so I'm going to leave it there. Maybe you stuck around with me. This was absolute torture, and I'm going to keep torturing myself until I got this down. But at least now you're aware that this is what's happening in my house right now. So if you learn about me in the papers, how I sliced it all the way down the lane. And then there was an obituary about me and how Spelunky drove me insane, well, then you'll know what happened.